Let's start streaming, start recording. Um, alright, let's check over here. Stream manager. Yo. So how bad is this? Oh, nice. So maybe I. Okay, so right now I feel kind of confident in. Okay, it doesn't seem to be picking up too much that I don't want it to pick up so far. So that is pretty cool. We'll look at that later. I don't know what that is. So I guess my question now. Let's play with. Let's play with writing some. Well, drawing some words on the whiteboard. See what happens. See how much it picks up. So far, it seems like it's picking up pretty well in the volume. Um, at least from what I can tell, there's not many. There isn't any static or anything, which is kind of nice. And I don't feel like I have to scream and yell. So let's try writing on the whiteboard to see what happens. If it picks up on all the clicking and whatnot. So we'll just do the normal El Cuerpo. This is a test. I eventually want to get the. I don't know what I want to really want to be talking about, but I feel like I want to talk to somebody around here. Who would like a bed? I need. I don't practice enough. Cabeza. Once I get going, I kind of get it. We got La Genta. La Genta. La Gente. Or is it Gente? Genta? Genta. I think it's Gente. It is Gente. Gente. This looks so terrible, I'm not even gonna lie to you. So let's do a new one. Um, let's see. Do I want to keep it right here? I need to retest it in various locations. See if I can have range, whatnot. Yo. Okay, so there's a little delay from the mute and unmute. Let's see how the volume is if I set it over there. It's so much quieter. Yeah, I don't like it right there, so I need to keep it in the spot where it picks up on the audio pretty well. So what I might need to do is maybe set it. I don't know where I'm gonna put all this. I feel like I need more space or something. I don't know. How's this? Sounds kind of low, but also doesn't sound too bad. I'm a little sick, so no matter how I try to talk, I'm gonna sound kind of bad. So Alright, now let's play around with the keyboard and whatnot. As you can see, we got El Gente. Okay, you can hear the click click, which I don't really like that much, but I really don't know at the moment what I can do about it. So that's just something I'm gonna have to think about. El Gente. El Gente is the body. Then we have Los Alimentos. Ali. Wait. Alimentos. Los Alimentos, which is going to be your food-based products. This is pretty interesting, but I don't really like how this whiteboard is set up, in all honesty. I feel like it could be a lot better. So I guess for now, what we might do, I don't know yet. So we'll be a good test right now, alright? So it's interesting. I can talk. I kind of like the distance. Distance is kind of nice. Um, but this is kind of the fun thing about growing up. But you get to learn some things. You get to figure some things out, which really help you just better in life and whatnot. So I really hate being sick on a stream day. But so far, I think the audio is working out pretty well. If it sounds kind of scuffed, let me know. Whoever hears this. But something I've been running into, that's something that has really caught my interest, is the idea of like dating coworkers. You know, some people don't. Some people don't like the idea of dating a coworker. Some people are fine with it. Some have stipulations or like exceptions. Maybe if we're looking at a manufacturing company and two coworkers want to date, so long as they're on different ends of the building, then it'll be fine. Some people are like, you should never date a coworker because if something goes wrong, there's a weird what's called a weird atmosphere that comes from it. But it's like, okay, I don't know what the weird atmosphere is. I've get to come across that, but I guess that would also be true. Like dating anyone at any of the places you go to. Like if you shop at like Walmart, you wouldn't want to date someone at Walmart because it's gonna be a weird atmosphere if something goes wrong, or the doctor's office, school. But it's like school should be the same thing, but it doesn't. It's not treated the same, which is interesting, unless you're talking about like a professor. But at that point, I can get behind like a student and professor shouldn't be dating. Like I do think management and the staff shouldn't be dating. I think management can date other management, staff can date staff, just simply because there's an underlying societal advantage for the person who is higher up the ladder. So that's kind of, I guess that's kind of where I stand on it. I think at the end of the day, if like both parties or all the parties involved are reasonable adults that can have a conversation about it, what's acceptable, what's not, I think it'd be fine at the end of the day. That's just kind of my take on it, and that's what's my kind of take on a lot of things. Just communication, man. People just don't really like talking about things anymore. I don't know why that is. So at the moment, I think I got my audio worked out. So I'm gonna need, with the audio worked out, I need to look at it's like a visual, something for people to look at. So audio, audio is done. I think audio is good, but now I need to work on something for people to look at. I don't really want to buy a camera. That's just out of the budget. So maybe I'll grab like a picture or something, and I guess find a way to make it to where when I talk, it talks or something like that. I don't know. Like, what do y'all think, man? Legenda. Media ambiente. Legenda. So, la gente. It's just people. You know, a lot of people. A lot of gentes. And you have los ale men. Los alimentos, which is a lot of food. I think this will actually be a good thing. So I hop in here and just start talking about random stuff. I mean, everyone was always talking about like reactionary, just kind of like the way to go. Well, I was like, I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about that right now. I just don't. I think I need to figure out what I want to do. Los elementos. Let's look at la ca be la cabeza, which is gonna be your head. But I guess while we're doing this, I can practice my Spanish for the meantime while trying to figure out what I really want to start doing more on this. So I want to give y'all something to look at, but it's kind of like I don't know. So we have la rodilla, which is gonna be your knee. It's gonna be a K in EE. La rodilla. Then we're gonna have el pie, which is gonna be foot. Then la espinilla. Espinilla, which is going to be your shin. I believe it's your shin. Yeah, your shin. That's what we're looking at right there. I think that's something else that would probably be interesting to look at. Will probably La Nalga. Now, oh god, it looks so terrible. La Nalga, which is basically your your buttocks, which is basically your buttocks. It comes into play a lot with like clothes and everything. So I think that's a useful word to kind of get used to, at the very least, so you know when it's being brought up. Um, what's next? Let's look at el hombre, which is gonna be male. Then we got la mayor. Oh God, I am not good with my J's. Which is female. Then we're going to have what is there? This pollo. Pollo is nice. Pollo. Or should I say el pollo? That's your chicken. Who doesn't like chicken? Who doesn't like ladies or men? Oh, then we got carne. La carne. If I had to guess, no, if I had to guess, it would be a carne. Carne. Uh, carne, which is gonna be your meat. Yo, meat. So the interesting, let's see, but I want to talk a little bit more about chicken because you have three, three most, some of your common pieces of chicken that you will see a lot would be naga de pollo, naga de pollo, which is basically I guess chicken butt. So you might not see that too much. Uh, but you will definitely see chi, chitas, chitas de pollo, which is a very popular chicken breast. I think that's what I was told it means, chicken breast. Could be being played. So that's always something to keep in mind. But if I had to say like chicken leg, pierna, you probably want pierna. Where is it at? P. P. R. Pierna. Pierna de pollo. Wait, this is going to be chicken leg. Chicken leg. Chicken leg's real nice. Yeah. I wish I just might turn everything like, oh my god, it looks so much better. And we can go white. Why is this not working? Go on white. Yeah, being difficult. Let's look at you. Maybe if I go here and go will work out right. Nope, it's freezing up on me again. That's fine. That's fine. 12. Wait. It just doesn't want to work today, does it? So we can do that. That's something. Oh, it's being very difficult. But let's talk about something, honestly, something a little bit more interesting. So, I think this is a weird narrative going around that I think we all believe, which is the idea of not really, or should I say, not understanding how to create this idea of an original thought, or doing like critical thinking, like doing research and whatnot in order to come to your own conclusion on things. And instead we're kind of raised to blindly follow or just go with the first piece of information and treat it like gospel. When in truth, you see this a lot. Um, People's opinions and thoughts, they tend to be skewed or biased based upon various factors, like where they grew up, how they grew up, type of media they consume, the culture, this and that. So, like, some people are very, let's say, some people are perfectly fine with the whole idea of promiscuity, you know, just sleeping around. Want, some people believe in just waiting until marriage. Some don't care. And it's like, depending on you ask, the opinions change. So it's really interesting. And something I noticed tends to happen to a lot of people. It can happen to anyone, honestly. Is they can catch some. They can easily find themselves in like an echo chamber to where the only thing that they hear are similar ideals. And I think it's really good for people to have communications. To talk with people who have different ideas, ideologies, different opinions, concerns, and whatnot, and really try to talk it out and think about like why do they believe what they do believe, where do they come up with their ideas, their concerns, and also look at and it's good to have your own ideals challenged because you'd be surprised just how bad our our ideologies are can be. Because let's say you never voted, but then and someone got you to go vote, right? And it was like, I don't know who I really want to vote for, right? And they tell you, okay, what you want to do is just vote all one color. It doesn't matter if you know who they are or anything like that. You just want to vote for this particular color because of whatever reason they say, right? I don't think that's a smart idea. I think you should only vote for people that hold values and want to or have ideologies that align with what you're wanting the future of the country to be or future of whatever it is. For example, if you believe something should be done about uh, school debt, right? College debt. And like it would make sense for you to vote for someone who has the same belief as you when it comes to school debt. It doesn't make sense to vote for someone who has the opposite. If you want school debt to be erased, why would you vote for someone who wants to increase it? But the only real way you can find that out is you have to kind of do your own research beforehand and get like an idea of what's going on. But again, I think that comes from experience, which a lot of young people. I know I didn't have that. I didn't really have that opportunity, or should I say, I didn't really have that desire to find an opportunity like that. I was primarily focused on what I was going to eat the next day, so that's that. And it's really odd because in the area I grew up, there wasn't on the surface there was a lot of promotion for independent critical thinking, but underlying it all, it was more like go with the crowd and just blindly believe whatever someone of a bit higher authority would say, which I'm not really a big fan of. I don't really like blind voting or just going with blind ideals. Like, don't get me wrong, if someone says the sky is pink and you've done research and you came to the same conclusion, that's fine. You could be wrong, but if you done the work, if you done the research and that's what you come up to, hey, that makes sense. That's fine. I ain't mad at you. But you shouldn't just believe someone just because they said it. You should look into it. You don't need to necessarily go full blown out research, Harvard research level paperwork, right? But looking at differing opinions, right? If you think a particular system is good, you should look at why that system is good and also why it's bad. It's like if you're not looking at anything that could contradict your thought or your question or anything, then what you're essentially doing is what's called confirmation bias, which means you're just basically only looking for information that confirms whatever it is that you're wanting to believe or the point you want to prove, which is problematic. Don't get me wrong, we all need to look for verifying proofs to what we want to point, to our point, but we also need to make sure that we look at anything that can contradict it because you never know. The point we want to prove might not be a good point after all, but you don't really know unless you go looking into it. And it's something to really look at, something that so yeah, I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about lately. Just been having like a lot of nightmares. Just driving me crazy. Nightmares are always just randomly different. I don't think people talk about nightmares that much anymore, man. I mean, damn. Look, nightmares are something else, man. Sometimes the nightmares can make sense, but a lot of times, I swear, nightmares just don't make sense. It's like they'll have you fighting for hours just to tell you shouldn't have that piece of cake. I mean, look, if I'm not supposed to have the piece of cake, just put it right there in the beginning. Okay, you shouldn't have the piece of cake, and let me go about my business. I know, right, Pebbles? But but like the nightmares be crazy, man. Something you could like your like the whole week, right? You could be looking at, let's say, um, any random show. Let's say Grey's Anatomy, right? The whole week you've been watching nothing but Grey's Anatomy. You go to bed, and bam, you're in a sci-fi. Like, why am I in space? Oh, look, there's a raccoon in space. Oh, look, there's a mouse. There's an elephant. Why are there so many animals in space? Am I an animal too? I don't know. It's just so weird. Yeah, back on to the audio test. Yeah, okay, I think this microphone is going to be a good. I think this is gonna let me do things. I think this is gonna let me to better communicate with y'all and record video. Hopefully, I will be going back and reviewing it. Oh, okay. So we're at the 30-minute mark, and they say this is gonna be a short stream. Um, I will eventually be hooking up my socials to Twitch, so y'all can see where everything is at, and y'all could just see the process that's been going through everything. But I thank y'all for coming by. I think I want to do more of these talks. I plan on eventually getting like a honey badger or something to where y'all can see, or something that can express emotion, where y'all can see the emotions and whatnot, or what have you. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Uh, Hopefully, we can get more talks going about life and random things going on in the world. I might eventually do commentary streams or something. I don't know. I heard people like commentary. I might give that a try one of these days. But right now, audio seems to be okay. Um, Next, to give you just some level of visual to go with the audio. I don't know. But thank you everybody for stopping by. I'll catch y'all on the flip side, amigos.